Oh, champ. Run up these likes, run up these likes, run up these likes. We back again with another one, man. It looked like Fifth is doing an open invitation for anyone to come see him today in Florida, gang. Yeah. Fifth says, pull up on me, gang. I see people talking about responses and all that. Listen, this is the response, champ. At least one of many responses. I'm seeing people say, hey, Fifth, stop promoting yourself. What's wrong with you, champ? We want bars. Well, he got drinks, champ. I ain't gonna. You want bars? Well, he got drinks, gang. Did you see? He says, meet 50 Cent and get your bottle, son. February 28th, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. You got 1 hour to see Fifth, champ. Today, and like the next hour, right out there in Aventura, Florida. Yeah, you gotta pull up on Fifth, gang. Fifth says pull up, gang. Yeah, this is what Fifth is saying. This is what Fifth is saying. Now, I guess he's speaking in code. You could call it what you will. But he's in Florida, champ, and he says pull up on me. All these is chess moves. All these is chess moves. You dig? All these is chess moves, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, all these is chess. So pull up on Fifth. Listen. All I'm saying is people is talking gangster. If you're gonna talk gangster to a gangster individual, well, expect gangster results. What can I say? It's simple math. Smiley Ghosting You says, I finally made it to a live. I don't have the rent paragraphs in the comments. LMAO. Oh, champ. Yo, salute to the chat and all that. You dig? FBA Mr. CJ says, Florida got hella police. That doesn't mean anything, champ. Yo, let me tell you something. Me, myself, have witnessed people get clapped in front of the police. I mean, that's not alleged, gang. That's real. Just because there's police there don't mean nothing. I don't want you to think that police change the situation. People get sent up in front of the precinct on a regular basis. People get sent up in a precinct on a regular basis. You feel me? A regular basis. Okay? Pull up. He's in Florida. And yes, Rick Ross is also in Florida. Salute to Clockwork. Shots at Rose 2, champ. Shots at Rose 2. I'm in the... Yo, listen. If niggas want to talk about his mom, Sabrina, who passed away a long time ago, well, Fifth might be on a low-key crash out. Now, I see people going around telling Fifth to go dig up his mom and all that. I'm seeing random people say this, which is crazy, bro. Which is crazy, I ain't gonna lie. Why y'all hate Fifth so bad that y'all trying to tell and spam this man with dig up his mom's is crazy. What did Fifth do to you, gang? That's kind of wild, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all doing too much. This is like going to Jeezy's page and saying, yo, go dig up Pookie Loke. That's wild work. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's wild. I ain't gonna hold you. I think that's drawing the line. Like, sheesh. Listen, I get it. You don't like Fifth. You're not obligated to like anyone. But you attacking this man like he really your enemy. It's crazy. You dig? It's crazy. Akin Kemp says, I promise you 50 Cent don't want no smoke in Miami. That's definitely an unalive mission. Well, he's not in Miami, champ. Right, and you don't know who he knows in Miami neither, so you can't say that. You don't know nothing about his ties to Miami to say these things. I'ma just be honest with you, champ. I'm just being honest. You don't know his ties to Miami or who he know in Miami. You dig? Smiley says it has to be these young internet kids. Older generations would not talk like this. At least I would not think so. Well, guess what? I hate to break it to you, but they are, champ. Yeah, these older folks are worse than the YNs. Can we talk about that? Yeah, the older folks ain't no better than the YNs, if you're gonna be honest. A lot of these old folks be talking crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, these older generation people are not any better than the YNs, and I'm saying it. These niggas clout chase just as bad as the YNs. They talk the same nonsense, if not worse, than the YNs. Yeah, the YNs are not the only ones doing nonsense on the web. Yeah, there's plenty of older heads, some salt and pepper headed individuals talking crazy. Yeah, they're no better than the YNs, I'll be honest. You dig? The champ sound says 50 Cent is Batman and Joker in one. He gonna make sure he wins no matter what. It's all strategic. See, you understand. You understand the situation at hand. I also understand, champ. I understand. I get it. It's the same tactics over and over again. But you can't break this down because, again, nobody's approaching this in a strategic manner. Most people who beef with Fifth don't beef with Fifth strategically, champ. There's only been quite a few people who have survived the wrath of Fifth. Rick Ross is one person who survived the wrath of Fifth. Right? This is a fact. He survived, champ. Everyone else did not. You dig? That's what I'm saying. FBA Mr. CJ says, we not kids. You don't know my mother, so say what you want. It's not going to bother me. What are you talking about? Are you one of the old people I'm speaking of? Calm down, gang. Easy, champ. Bernice says T.I. now feeling the same pain 50 did when King brought up his unalived mom. Now Charleston has T.I.'s unalived sis on his shirts. If you can diss it, you can take it. Karma, what you do comes back sometimes worse. Salute. So Charleston White has T.I.'s deceased sister on his shirts is crazy. Yo, listen. They know, first of all, Charleston White is always going to be a POS and a complete insane rat crash out. Charleston White is the first crash out rat that we've ever seen online. He's not just a rat, he's a crash out rat. He's gonna tell on you, but he's gonna crash out. Nobody's crashed out like Charleston White. Charleston White is wildin' and has always had some type of hate for King Harris and the rest of the Harris family. Let's be honest. The real ops of T.I.'s family is Charleston White. It's not 50 Cent. 50 Cent ain't even paying this nigga, was not paying bro no mind. T.I. is really mad because 50 Cent little bro'd him. And truth be told, 50 Cent is a big bro to T.I. T.I. not bigger than Fifth. He's never been bigger than Fifth. He never will be bigger than Fifth. T.I. is like Fifth's little bro. And he can't take that fact. Like, he was a little guy in comparison to Fifth. Now, is T.I. a legend? Yes. We're not trying to say that he's not who he is, that he hasn't had a stronghold in the South and etc. Because obviously he has. But you're not Fifth though, gang. You're not Jay-Z, champ. You're not those guys. These are like once in a lifetime type of people. Understand what I'm saying? These are very, very, high hierarchy hip hop people, champ. These people are globally in high demand at all times. T.I. is not. Fifth is. Jay-Z, just giving you examples. These are high demand individuals, champ. You're not that guy, champ. You're not that guy. And we have another person that keeps mentioning New York. Stop talking about New York, bro. New York understand 50 Cent move. Yo, we don't care like you think, bro. Y'all keep mentioning the town for no reason. New York doesn't care like you think, bro. I promise you. The town really don't give a damn about all this, gang. You think that they do. They really don't, bro. You keep saying New York this, New York that. We're not every other place where we just have a collective group of people who's just fighting for an artist. New York is not like that. At least it's not like that anymore, bro. New York is not what you think it is, champ. I hate to break it to you. I hate to say this, but you haven't been here to know exactly what it is and what it's like, champ. I'm just being honest. Feel me? Just saying. I'm just saying. FBA Mr. CJ says, you can't talk about my mother. I'm a crash out. I'm too disciplined for that. That's probably why 50 not responding. He's responding now. He's not rapping. I don't think people understand this. Let me break it down to you in layman's terms. Fifth ain't rapping at nobody. No one. Not even he's not rapping at nobody. Nobody in G Unit is doing anything. If you're looking for Lloyd Banks and 50 Cent is not cool right now. So that's out of the question. Tony Ayo is not rapping and neither is Uncle Murder. Everybody's doing business and been doing business before said fake battle and after said fake battle. People keep saying this is a rap battle, but it's not a rap battle unless someone actually is battling you. If you are trying to battle a person that ain't battling you, then you battling a brick wall. Eventually, we forget that all this happens by next week. By next Friday, we will forget that this battle ever happened. The week after that, we will totally have it completely flushed from our memory banks. The week after that, Fifth might do something that makes you turn on T.I. and the Harris family. Facts. This is usually what ends up happening. I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? I'm just being honest. You dig what I'm saying? V2 Smooth says only response is 50 responding, but he can't respond because his bars is trash. I mean, again, that is all in your opinion, but he's not rapping with nobody anyway. That's it. You feel me? Like, you're throwing stones at the wind, champ. You're not hurting anyone. You're not hurting anybody, champ. You think because people are trying to gaslight Fifth into jumping in the booth that he's going to do it? He's not doing it. You dig? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Yes, sir. Dealer says, nope, you East Coast ninjas cool with 50 layman's. Let me be very honest with you. We don't call New York the East Coast anyway. We've never called ourselves East Coast. We call ourselves the town, New York City. The East Coast is made up of very, very different areas and regions that don't really get along with each other like that. There's different. You got Philadelphia, you got Jersey, Boston, Connecticut, New Hampshire, just New England, the whole New England in general. It's different places, bro. It's different places. Like you say, the East Coast. We don't really have an East Coast, bro. We got New York. That's about it. But putting this on the city or the town is kind of irrelevant, bro. It's very irrelevant to put it on the town. Like, why are you putting that on New York? If 50 and T.I.'s battling, it shouldn't be a matter of Atlanta versus New York because that's impossible. Atlanta's jacking a lot of New York gangs. A lot of the big homies of those Atlanta gangs is in New York. Facts. So you trying to create this Atlanta versus New York or New York versus the South thing is just not true. It just doesn't exist. And everyone loves Fifth. Like, you can paint this narrative as though that people don't really rock with Fifth like that, but people rock with Fifth all over the place. Nigga, Houston has a goddamn big ass portrait in Houston of 50 Cent in Houston. There's a whole thing, a whole wall decorated with 50 Cent in H-Town. So we're not about to act as though and pretend like Fifth ain't a beloved figure in the world or in the entire country. Feel me? Smiley with $9.99 in town taxes says, I'm here to support a man who is keeping it 100. Only facts spoken with receipts. Hey, salute you for paying them town taxes, keeping the IRS off of your back. Listen, you want to pay them town taxes now is the time. It is tax season after all. You dig, all champ. But I'm going to jump into some other content because Rick Ross's baby mom's Tia Kemp also kept it 1,000 about what's going to happen. Now, I've been telling y'all this for a couple of days now. I'm not going to lie. But Tia Kemp also said things that made a lot of sense. I ain't going to lie. We going to jump into some content, man. Listen, salute to the chat and all that. We gotta see some real stuff here in a second, man. Smash that like if you have not. Share the video if you will. Alright, let's jump into what Tia Kemp was talking about when it came to 50 Cent, gang. Oh no, this is the wrong video. There we go. I think this is it right here. There we go. Yeah, let's go.
The Harris family. Oh man, that shit is hilarious. But y'all know 50 ain't done. He's calculated. Let me tell you what my opinion. Let me get my opinion on this. What people's not understanding. Let me tell you a little bit about 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, 2 quarters, half a fucking dollar, 50. Listen, let me tell y'all about that motherfucker, bro. The man is beyond music. Okay, So all of these old artists that's coming out with their new music, they need to let it go. They need to just promote their music and leave that man alone. He's not entitled to do a versus. He's beyond music now. He's in film and television, okay? Music doesn't move him anymore. Yes, he was a hip hop artist. That's how he came about, but he's not. That does not move him anymore. He has elevated to businessman status, okay? I don't know if others did that or not, but music is not where he's at anymore. So that's what.
Hold on. Uncle Shannon, man 50 really got y'all shook. Nobody's scared of that victim. Who said anyone was scared of him? I don't understand where these narratives come from. Who said anyone is scared of Fifth? Who said it? Listen. Who said anyone was scared of Fifth? So because someone defends them, so you take someone defending themselves as somebody has to be scared of 50? I'm not scared of 50. King Harris is scared of 50. King Harris copped the police saying he want to keep it internet. He don't want to keep it. He don't want to be in the street. But then goes ahead and puts the man's mother on his shirt. So how you keeping it internet? People copping please, but that don't got nothing to do with me. I'm not scared of anyone. Just because I'm making it make sense don't mean I'm scared. That doesn't make any sense. That's a narrative. You dig? That's a narrative. But wait. Tia Kemp, Rick Ross's baby mother had more to say.
Not gonna push him. So with Tip dropping his new single, of course he gotta sell it. So hey, here's a strategic move. Let's go at 50. Nigga, do a versus. Y'all know he ain't finna do it. You know he's not finna do it. If he's gonna do it, he would have did it when the wave was going on. Everybody first. I'm pretty sure he was offered during the time. The man is beyond music. That's all I can say. So when these artists come out with their music and they go at 50, it's all about sales. That's all it's about. Beef with him. Say what you're gonna say. He don't give a fuck about y'all saying nothing about his dead mama. This, that, and the other. He done been without that lady for years. That does not bother him and move.
Well, you might be wrong on that. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't say it's not bothering or moving him. It might actually encourage him to actually do things. Because, again, people don't typically bring up the man's deceased mom. Again, that's something that drill rap would. Like, when people started talking about, people's deceased relatives and deceased friends and gang members, that's all drill rap. That's all drill rap made that popular. Now, a lot of y'all might not listen to drill rap. Majority of y'all probably don't listen to drill rap. But drill rap has garnered a huge popularity over the last decade plus in multiple places. You got UK drill. You got people drilling in Australia, drilling all over the United States. There's so many different genres of drill. It's drill in Philly. It's drill in the middle. There's drill everywhere now. It's the same old. Listen, you smoking on your such and such. We smoking on such and such. We smoking on such and such. If you want to keep that type of energy, remember what comes with that energy, man. People who get on record and talk about people's deceased people usually don't make it. It's been repeated multiple times. Like your boy Little Dirk say, he'll still be here right now if you niggas ain't gas him up. Do I package this guy so what? Like, come on, bro. We seen it. We didn't see it too many times. We didn't see this too many times. You dig? Just gotta be honest about the situation, but let's continue.
Move him. That's just my opinion. Okay? He is a true villain. He really is. He is not the person to be keep fucking with. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. Everything everybody doing right now, that shit gonna die down. And when they think it's over, that's when their bitch not gonna push him. So with Tip dropping his new single, of course he gotta sell it. So hey, here's a strategic move. Let's go at 50. Nigga, do a versus. Y'all know he ain't finna do it. You know he's not finna do it, because if he was gonna do it, he would have did it when the wave was going on, when everybody was doing the versus. I'm pretty sure he was offered during that time. The man is beyond music. That's all I can say. So when these artists come out with their music and they go at 50, it's all about sales. That's all it's about. It's all it's about. Beef with him, say what you're gonna say. He don't give a fuck about y'all saying nothing about his dead mama, this, that, and the other. He done been without that lady for years. That does not bother him and move him. Come back up, start some shit, bro. So it's not a good thing to be beefing with that. It's all fun and games right now. But when the opponent get tired, that bitch ain't gonna be tired. It's gonna read the fuck surface. That's the type of person he is. He's strategic.
I don't see a lot of it. As soon as things die down, because the same thing happened with the Let's Rap About It podcast. All of the fake Papoose fans disappeared. All of the fake Fabulous fans disappeared. All of these fake T.I. fans will disappear. All these fake King Harris fans will disappear. All these fake Domani fans will disappear. You will not be bumping any of their music outside of them dissing 50 Cent, and that's a fact. They don't like to hear that, but it's true. These fickle fans will just disappear. Just like people will see my channel, been subscribed to my channel, and they might disappear because they don't like something I said. But do I really give a damn? Not really, because once you lose subs or fans, you get more. So it doesn't really matter to me, to be honest. I really don't give a damn how nobody feel. If my opinion bothers you that much, why the hell are you watching me, gang? It's just that simple. Clearly something got you watching, right? This is how it goes. But that's neither here nor there. Point being is, a thing y'all don't realize is T.I. has always had an issue with G-Unit for a very long time. Apparently Tony Yayo tried to give T.I. dap a long time ago. I believe this was around 2005. And T.I. rejected the dap from Tony Yayo, right? So T.I. always had an issue with G-Unit. Himself just had an issue with him. When 50 Cent made the song, or G-Unit made the song You So Tough, dissing T.I. back in 17 years ago. In like 2008, I believe that's on that G-Unit album. And he mentioned the machine guns that T.I. had in his car and how he did 1 year in prison, and everyone was calling T.I. a rat back then. Then you did Crime Stoppers. Everyone was calling T.I. a rat back then. I was there, I witnessed it, I seen it. That was like the last half of the mixtape era. It was in like 2008. That was like the last half of the mixtape era. Maybe 2009. But that's the last half. This nigga T.I. always had an issue with G-Unit. G-Unit never had issues with him. He had an issue with the unit though, for whatever reason. Some people did have issues with the unit for whatever reason. Remember the situation with Cassidy, when Cassidy had beef with the unit and somebody's security guard ended up getting clapped behind that beef. Security guard ended up getting smoked behind the Cassidy and G-Unit beef. Facts. There's been a lot of bodies dropped behind beefing with the unit. There's been all types of situations. Now somebody in the chat said earlier some nonsense. I gotta look for that comment real quick. Where is it? There you go. Hoyt Street Entertainment says Domination, Smurf, Cam, Jada, Fat Joe, Raekwon, Ghost, Nas, J, The Game, all still alive, and it's not drill if you're not responsible for the death. That's true. However, you have people who aren't responsible for the death that are still making drill songs off of somebody else doing it though. Right? So, truthfully, yeah, it ain't officially a drill unless you're the one responsible for doing it. However, people are often still doing drills. Man, NBA Youngboy do drill records sometimes, and it's about hats that he has not been the catcher of, or his team has been the catcher of, champ. He's not the one catching those hats, champ, right? But there are people who are claiming hats that's not theirs, champ. There are people claiming hats that they ain't catch. Alright? Listen. You can assume and make up whatever lie you got. You don't know how many hats niggas done caught, champ. Alright? You don't know. Niggas is catching hats like Chris Brown doing the dance, champ. That's the type of hats niggas is catching, champ. Catching hats like C Breezy, gang. Word. Guess who says only person better than that Fifth did diss track with is Ja Rule. Wait, what are you saying, Chip? I think this is a nasty typo. Bernice says, why he keeps saying NY Jim Jones Fab lives there. Wait, what? Bro, y'all gotta fix y'all goddamn keypads and what have you. I can't read what y'all saying, man. I can't read what the hell y'all saying, gang. Mac Millie says, people mad because 50 always stays relevant and they're tired of him winning. This is the same thing that happened to Jay-Z. Remember the Nas and Jay-Z beef? Niggas was tired of seeing Jay-Z win. They wanted to see him fall. Like, alright, Jay, you've won too goddamn much, nigga. Alright, you got all this money. Alright, you're a black entrepreneur. Alright, we're tired of it, Chet. We are tired of it and we're here to see you lose. We're tired of the nonsense. You need to lose, Chet. That's what it comes down to, man. Smiley says, people are stuck on these two rapping back and forth. I think it's deeper than music. I think this is real heat and the public don't need to know about it. You might have a point too. I ain't gonna lie. Cause again, T.I. been having an issue with the unit for a long time. It's not the first time that things have gone sour between the two. You dig what I'm saying? Bernie says, but if you talk about the SHEESH, that's a whole different disrespect. Not new for 50. He been, yo, you gotta fix your keyboard. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna keep it a stack. You gotta type better. You heard? You gotta type better. Cali King says, do you think that You So Tough 50 verse was about T.I.? What you mean if I think it was? It literally targeted Tip, bro. Everyone, when that came out, everyone knew that this was literally targeted at T.I. Again, Tony Yayo tried to dap up T.I. at the awards back in like 05. I believe it was MTV Awards. I could be wrong. Maybe it was the BET Awards. I don't know. The nigga T.I. purposefully rejected that from Tony Yayo, which means the unit didn't have a problem with T.I. He presented the problem to the unit. Now we don't know what happened in response to that. We don't know what happened behind the scenes between T.I. and the unit and what have you. But niggas tried to show T.I. love and he didn't accept the love, right? We're not gonna act like the unit didn't try to show love to T.I. because we was. They was showing love to T.I. But T.I. thought, I guess maybe T.I. thought he was more gangster than them niggas. Maybe his ego got the best of him. I think T.I.'s ego's getting the best of him because T.I. not even better than Future, and that's a fact. Future is way better than T.I. Future got more accolades than T.I. Future is bigger than T.I. and always will be bigger than T.I. in Atlanta. Facts. The real nigga who run Atlanta is Future. It ain't Tip. And niggas know this. Go handle home base. You trying to fight. You trying to go 50, nigga. You got Future, Ludacris, and all that. And all that. Matter of fact, where that Funk Flex joint at, man? Where's that? Hold on, man. I need the Funk Flex. I really need the Funk Flex this. Hold on, gang. Where's that Funk Flex T.I. rent, man? Yeah, I found it. Let's get to that, man. I'm tired of this madness. Yo, gang, I'm about to go to this Funk Flex crash out, man. We need this. We need this. This needs to be seen. I'm sorry, Chips. Not sorry. Let's talk about it. Nah, I don't even like Funk Flex that much. But we need a Funk Flex rant now, don't we, Chip? Yeah. Go in, Chip. Funk Flex, go in on Tip, champ. Yeah, let's get to that. Let's go.
Against 50 Cent's first album. None of your catalog compares to Busta Rhymes' catalog. Nice try with the dinosaur talk and everything else. That all sounds good when you don't want to step in the ring. You know what them records sound like. You've been in that club when them Busta Rhymes records come on in that club. Don't act like you don't. Stop it. And you ain't king of the South. Who lied to you? Your catalog ain't what Wayne's catalog is. Your catalog ain't Ludacris's catalog. Your catalog ain't even Ross's catalog. And listen, bro, your catalog ain't 2 Chainz's catalog. You is not king of the South. Listen, Gucci, Jeezy, there's a lot of stuff in front of you. Remember, Swiss Beats made you who you are when he did that song with you, and you had those Jay-Z vocals. The East Coast made you. You gotta co-sign and start your career. Cause
That's a fact. Jay-Z co-signed Tip. That's why niggas jump with Tip, champ. That's true. That's true. I ain't gonna lie. He needed that whole co-sign, nigga, acting different. You mad that New York niggas trying to show you love. Oh, champ. Oh, champ. Continue, champ.
that 24s was trash. You ain't got no bars. You are a swag rap. Albums ain't worthy against 50 Cent's first album. None of your catalog compares to Busta Rhymes' catalog. Nice try with the...
Hold on, man. Rich Hustle says, I don't know, gang. T.I. started popping heavy when 24s dropped. Not in New York. In a certain place he did. But who gave him any type of global, like when the whole country rocked with it? Jay-Z gave him that cool sign, champ, by the way. They used to say that T.I. was like the Jay-Z of the South. Boy, that ain't the truth no more, champ. I ain't gonna lie. He don't got Jay-Z, and he could never be a Jay-Z of the South. He's not big enough. Maybe Wayne could, but Wayne's bigger. Future is definitely bigger than T. I don't give a damn what nobody. Future is bigger. You heard? Let me get this nigga out of here. This nigga saying G Unit remade 24. Get this nigga out of here. He's a clown. You're lying. You can't make up lies and think that it makes sense. No, you gotta go. Because you're lying. G Unit remade 24s. Nigga, 24s ain't get no play in my town. Sorry, champ. Like, we not about to do this. Again, I'm not shaming T.I. at all, but T.I. is not as big as people think he is. Smiley says people need to stop with Chat GPT and do research in hip-hop history, and maybe people can understand the word beef that they're throwing around so loosely. This is not a beef because Fifth is not engaging with these guys. Calling it a battle is stupid because no one's battling. That's like saying when Joe Budden gave Drake 4 diss tracks that it was actually a battle. It wasn't, because Drake wasn't paying that nigga any mind. Okay, those were some fire disses though. I'm not gonna lie, that nigga Joe was going in on Drake, but it doesn't matter because nigga, you're literally dissing air because no one's responding, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, gang. Like, what are we talking about? Uncle Shannon says y'all play shoulder lean in New York heavy. Stop it. Okay, what does this mean? What does shoulder lean have to do with 24s? Okay, I rock with Young Dro too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not just T.I.'s record. Like, there was several people on shoulder lean, by the way. Yeah, we played songs from T.I. in New York. Yes, we did. What's the problem? Y'all acting like we supposed to just hate T.I. New York doesn't hate T.I., by the way. People are painting this narrative like, oh, we just hating on T.I. Nobody hates T.I. I don't even hate T.I. He's just not as big as y'all trying to make him seem like he is. He's just not that. Like, what? Nigga, I got ties in Atlanta. Y'all don't even know. I ain't really got ties in Atlanta for real. Y'all don't even know that. Niggas is talking all this New York. Nigga, I got ties in Atlanta. You don't even know that. There's plenty of niggas I know in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? You don't know anything about the man. Niggas just assuming that this is like some hate, city to city, coast to coast hate. It doesn't exist. Y'all trying to make it that way. Guess what? Things are not the way you're making it seem. 50 Cent got an entire mural in goddamn Houston, Texas. How can there ever be a South versus New York? That doesn't even make good sense. That doesn't even make good sense, bro. Of course, there's gonna be people that hate on New York or act like they bigger than New York, or you just always had a hate for New York, and that's your business. If you got a hate for New York, hey, that's cool, man. That's your business. You don't gotta like the town. That's cool. That's your business. Make sure that you're saying that it's you that hates the town and not T.I. anything like that, or etc. I think T.I. got some type of animosity towards the city, though. I ain't gonna lie. You dig? I'ma be real. Uncle Dust says y'all acting like people don't rock with Tip's music. This is just all for nothing. Yeah, like again, there's some T.I. songs that I like. I don't hate. I've never said I hated T.I. Like those words never came out my mouth. Do I think that his new diss tracks are good? No, I don't think they're good. I think his single that he made this year was good though. I think he did a good single. I think he's still on Billboard with his single. I think T.I.'s single is fire. I like it. I just don't like the diss records. I don't think the diss records are good. I think he's made better ones in the past. I think that Domani did the best diss track, as a matter of fact. My thing is this, like, that's cool though. But the problem is, all right, King Harris music ain't bad neither. I'm not listening to King Harris. King Harris and Domani did, they clearly could rap. But the problem is y'all not gonna give them niggas no play after these diss tracks. So I get the play, but was the play worth it? Because at the end of the day, niggas is gonna forget all about this little battle that happened. Not even battle, but this little attack on Fifth, because this really not a battle because nobody's responding. So this little, ambush, I guess you can say, where people are directing shots at Fifth, people are gonna forget about this. This isn't something that is so astronomical that it will be remembered for ages. It's not gonna be that. Because once this dies down, which it will, just like the whole situation with the Let's Rap About It podcast died down, y'all don't even talk about Fabulous no more. Y'all don't care about Fab. Y'all not listening to Fab's new music. Y'all don't care. Just like y'all don't really care about anything in relation to King Harris, Domani, or T.I.'s new music. Y'all don't care. Unless it involves them dissing 50 Cent, it's irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is to me as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? V2 Smooth says, bro, you're making excuses for 50 tucking his tail. How is he tucking his tail when this man said since 2021 he ain't doing no battles? That's not called tucking tail. That's called, hey champ, I'm invested into entertainment business. I just had a huge studio made in Shreveport, Louisiana, G-Unit Studios, champ. I'm doing shows, Broadway shows. I'm also doing shows on the Stars Network. I'm also doing movies, champ. I'm in the Street Fighter movie, champ. Why isn't T.I. doing other things? What's really going on here is T.I. is trying to make y'all forget about his nasty comedic career that didn't go nowhere. Because just a second ago, y'all was making fun of T.I. But now, y'all big T.I. fans all of a sudden. See, he wants to make you just forget about this nasty comedic little run that he had that really wasn't a run that everyone just made fun of him for. They wasn't laughing with T.I. They was laughing at T.I. because his comedy is so horrible. He's not a good comedian. Now he's trying to make his entire comedic existence disappear. And y'all are joining in on it. So what I'm seeing is performative acts. This is a performative act. You're trying to make it seem like, yeah, T.I. the rapper is just here all of a sudden. T.I. really wasn't rapping for quite a few years. Like, what are we talking about? T.I. is a way better rapper than he is a comedian. I'll tell you that. But champ, you just had a nasty comedic slump, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Smiley says T.I. is out here making a fool of himself and is going to be in the next documentary. Champ, I don't know, champ. Is he? V2 Smooth says this is hip hop. And what does that mean? Here's what y'all backpackers need to realize, because that's what I'm gonna start calling y'all, backpackers. Here's what you backpackers and sea moss eaters need to realize, right? Well, first things first, just because you eat fast food then eat sea moss doesn't mean you're gonna lose weight. That's number one. Number two, let's be very clear here. Hip hop evolves. It doesn't remain the same. You goofies think that what happened in the 90s should apply now, and it doesn't. This is not the 90s. Get out of the years and timelines that you're stuck in. Because guess what? Hip hop evolves and it's still evolving, and it doesn't go back to old times. You want niggas to rap over dirty basement beats that Immortal Technique raps over, and that's just not gonna happen. You want 50 Cent to continue rapping and you want him to be broke so it makes you feel comfortable, and that's not gonna happen. He's 50 years old, he's doing other business. He's doing music scores. That's cool. That's fine. He's not obligated to do any battles just because you want him to. That's not how this works. Niggas say, keep it hip hop. That's not hip hop of 50 to do. 50's not being a hip hop. Man, shut up. Shut up. What are you talking about? What you saying don't make sense. Now was keep it hip. Okay, so when T.I. was doing comedy, that wasn't hip hop, nigga. Yeah, that wasn't hip hop. When T.I. did a reality show, that wasn't hip hop neither, nigga. According to you. You heard? Uncle Dust says 50 is legit busy doing everything but rap. Him writing a diss track makes no economical sense. It doesn't. He gets nothing out of it. He gets nothing. Nigga, when Beanie Siegel dissed Nas and Nas never dissed Beanie Siegel back, was Nas tucking tail? All the times that Joe Budden dissed Jay-Z and Jay-Z ain't respond, was Jay-Z tucking tail? Yay or nay? You think Jay-Z scared of Joe Budden? Think about these things. I'm just giving y'all an example of why what y'all saying makes zero sense. It's not hip hop. You're a backpacker, bro. Listen, just because you want to hear Bahamadia and all that, don't mean that everybody else does. Okay? By the way, yeah, nigga. You want to hear niggas rap about pumpkin seeds and goddamn spirulina, nigga. Spirulina and pumpkin seeds is the type of rap you want to hear. Well, guess what? That ain't happening, nigga. That ain't go run J. Cole album from front to back, Mr. Backpacker. Go run the J. Cole album, nigga. Let him talk about how he doesn't get a shape up on a regular basis and how dirty he is, because apparently that's what you want to hear, nigga. You want to hear about a nigga rapping in his bodily fluids and oils, his natural oils, champ, while he doesn't shower for days. This is what you want to hear. Don't be mad at me, champ. You claim that you want to hear this essential, natural rap. Like, what do you want, champ? Fifth is not that person, champ. You niggas is making all these fake rules, these rules that don't exist. Like, what are you talking about? It doesn't make sense. What are you saying? Salute, get V2 Smooth out of here. Bro's just, I don't know, man. Listen, that nigga's about to eat animal crackers for dinner tonight. I ain't gonna lie. I could tell what type of individual he is, nigga. He's fasting, nigga. He's on a hip hop fast. See, I believe you backpackers are like cult leaders and members, bro. You backpackers are in a cult, bro. Y'all fast. Y'all have a hip hop fast every other week, and you niggas eat animal crackers for dinner as part of the ritual, nigga. You heard? Bernie says T.I. let Kodak Black and Shorty Low disrespect him. No words back, and the artist that rapped T.I. diss, game over. No words for them though. Nigga not on timing, bro. Go see Fifth. Fifth is in Florida. Go pull up on Fifth. Fifth says to go pull up, nigga. That's what he said. Fifth said go pull up, man. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Stay Safe says, I'm from the west side of Chicago. We used to sell tapes and other stuff for 24 hours. If you couldn't do it, then it's all bad. Hey, man. Salute to the west side of the Shaw, champ. What can I say? You dig? Like, come on, bro. Mac Millie says, I hate when people try to make up all these rules just because they want to see 50 lose so bad. Y'all need to shut the F up. I ain't gonna lie. You heard? I ain't gonna lie. Harlem 1K says that's Raw State, not T.I. Doesn't, nigga, Georgia right next to it, though. Georgia is right there, though. Champ, that ain't nothing but one little tiny plane ride. Probably less than an hour long, bro. GA is right there, though. I ain't gonna lie. GA is right there, bro. Like, that's a hop, skip, and a jump, nigga. Get on a private jet somewhere. It's easy work. You know what I mean? T.I. pull up in Shorty Low hood. But Shorty Low was the muscle of Atlanta, too. Like, T.I. don't have the muscle and didn't have the muscle in Atlanta like Shorty Low did. Shorty Low was really had the muscle in Atlanta. I ain't gonna hold you. Like really had the muscle in Atlanta. Feel me? Yeah, you gotta go. See you, champ. See you, gang. Oh, champ. Harlem 1K says, y'all want these rappers to crash out for content, LOL. First of all, if any rapper crashes out, that's their business. I wouldn't be mad if Fifth crashed out. Because again, you're talking about that man's deceased mom. It kind of needs to resort in a crash out, to be honest. It kind of needs to resort in a crash out, because if you're talking about somebody's relative who's passed away and you talking crazy, nigga, why isn't a crash out warranted though? If something does happen to said individual who's talking down on Fifth moms, why isn't a crash out warranted though? Feel me? Uncle Shannon says, agree, but y'all underestimate Tip. He ain't no pushover. I'm also not saying that T.I. is a pushover, but I am saying that if you're talking about 50's mom, you're putting a target on your back. That's what I'm saying. And it's not always about who's a pushover and who's not. See, here's what y'all need to understand. You need to understand that even, it don't matter how real you is, how gangster you is, you can be taken out, right? But if you're not prepared, then you are subject to go upstairs. It's about being prepared. If you're not prepared for what's going on, it doesn't matter how gangster you are. If you're not prepared for what's about to happen, your ass can earn you some wings real fast. I ain't gonna lie. It don't matter how gangster you are. So I'm not saying T.I. is a pushover, but I am saying T.I. and his sons put a target on their back. If they not prepared for what they've done, and they're not ready to deal with the cause and effect of that, then guess what? You know exactly what can happen, and I ain't even gotta say it. It's just a fact. People don't like to hear that because they saying, oh, violence is not the key. Violence is not the answer. I'm gonna tell you this always ends in violence though. It's always ends in violence though. Smiley says, in the rap game you follow respect. If you don't, we clearly know the consequences. It's the same old, same old. It's the same old, same old. Harlem 1K says 50 doing meetings with billionaires. He's not about to jeopardize his freedom for rap beef. Well, I said this multiple times. I said Fifth don't have to do anything. Fifth has friends. That's it. That's all I've been saying. Also, if he did do something, me nor you would ever know that he did. Me nor you would not know anything. If Fifth were to do something, we wouldn't know. Just saying. Dust says the toughest among us have been touched. Well, exactly. It doesn't matter how gangster you are. It doesn't matter. If you're not prepared, your ass is subject to upstairs, yeah? Yeah, you'll be upstairs. You'll be upstairs, man. Salute to stay safe, man. You know what I mean? Christian Thompson says T.I. should have responded to You So Tough when 50 rapped. He had every opportunity to go Fifth, but see, in my personal opinion, I think T.I. didn't want no smoke with Fifth, bro. T.I. knew what type of time Fifth and them was on back then. I don't think he wanted any smoke. I think T.I. feels safer now going at Fifth versus back then. I don't think he felt safe doing that. I think he understood the consequences of other people playing with Fifth in such ways. Remember, at this time, G-Unit was battling Jimmy Henchman and Jimmy Henchman's enforcers. At that time, around that time period. Facts. Because the following year is when Tony Yayo and Lodi Mack went to go slap up Jimmy Henchman's son. And then that resulted in Lodi Mack getting clapped up. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Southside Demon Time says, is it true that T.I. snapped on King for apologizing or becoming cool with 50 Cent? I have no idea. I can't answer that. King copped the plea to 50 Cent though and kept saying we gonna keep the internet, but proceeded to put the man's mother on his shirt. So hey, listen, all I'm gonna say is once whatever happens, I'm gonna laugh, because again, people don't realize that history repeats itself. The realest statement is history repeats itself. History is going to repeat itself, and I don't want to see nobody switch up, because what's gonna happen is them Satan T.I. supporters and Harris family supporters right now are gonna switch up. It always happens. The internet is more fake people than real people. The internet is so fake, they'll switch up their whole stance and be like, oh yeah, I always knew T.I. was a weirdo. Oh yeah, I always knew he was sus. Oh, you know what? 50 a real one. But you was just talking shit about 50 last week, though. You was just popping shit about 50 last week. This is how it goes, man. It's fake. It's how it goes. It's just fake. A lot of y'all watching, some of y'all, fake. Not everybody, but some of y'all is definitely fake. Some of y'all so fake, y'all can't even be yourself. Y'all pretending to be a whole different individual on YouTube. You pretending to be a different person. You gotta pretend to be another person. Your icon is a different individual than what you are. You don't even have an identity. Feel me? This is just fake people. It's fake. Uncle Dust says, all I'm gonna say is if any of us got caught with unregistered NFA items, silencers and such, we should have gotten at least 20 years. That nigga T.I. was supposed to be serving the same type of time that Max B was serving. Facts. But he didn't. And we know why. The paperwork never came out. We know why. We know why. So T.I. to me is not that gangster. Yeah, he might have some people that move for him, but I don't believe in my heart that T.I. is on timing like that, bro. The way that he's moving to me lets me know, like, nigga, you kind of soft though. I ain't gonna lie. That's just how I feel. That doesn't take away from his artistry or his music, but I do feel like Tip ain't really on the type of time that he pretending that he's on. That's just how I feel though. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. And you keep talking about New York, I'm gonna just say keep the town out your mouth, gang. Word. Keep the town out your mouth. You heard? Stop talking about the town. That's all I'm saying. Cause a lot of y'all niggas is not coming to New York to nobody's hood on nonsense. Cause the niggas will pack you up. Facts. Nigga come to the town on that same nonsense you talking. You know exactly what's gonna happen. Niggas know where to do that nonsense at. You heard? Uncle Shannon says gangsters snitch all the time. Yeah, there's some tough rats too. There's tough rats. You got rats that got a lot of hats, nigga. You got rats with a lot of hats. Yeah, the rats with hats, they exist. There's some tough rats, but you're still a rat at the end of the day. You're not a trustworthy individual. You can't be trusted. For me, it is what it is though, gang. Listen, man. Make sure y'all smash the like button, man. Smash the like button and shit if you're listening. We're gonna have more content. This is probably the only video I'm doing today. I ain't gonna lie, gang. This is probably the only video I'm gonna do today. I'm just gonna keep it a stack with y'all. You heard? Hit up on that. Like, if you are new to the Mayor's channel, make sure you subscribe, man. Subscribe right now. Turn the notification bell on for all of the Mayor's updates, man. I'm gonna be in the Discord. If you ain't on the Mayor's Discord, join the Discord. Come to my Discord on nonsense, and I promise you, you will regret it. I ain't gonna lie, but the Discord link is in the description, man. Salute to the chat as always. We gonna have more content. And one more thing before we get all the way up out of here. Are you ready, gang? It's the Mayor, the one and only real New York Mayor, F. Domani, and you rocking with the town favorite Showface News. It's Big Gotham, and you already know it's the town versus anybody at all times. I'm up out of here, gang. Salute.